Oh. Alright, so I had to get on here. And I'm going to do a separate video about each individual person that they tell me to do a video about. I know there are some videos on here where I put threw in a lot of different names. But each individual person that they have want me to come and explain to y'all verbatim what they did, I'm going to do that. Okay. So I told y'all I filed a whole bunch of lawsuits against a whole lot of people. But God told me to just dismiss them, voluntarily dismiss them, and just let him have it, okay? And so I wrestled with it for a little while, but then I was like, all right, whatever, I'll just let God have it. Okay, now mind you, like I've been learning how to properly represent myself, how to file motions and, do things of that nature. And so I found out, what with prejudice and what without prejudice means in, during that course. Okay. Now, mind you, I already told y'all that there are a number of officials, people, the judges, the clerks, um, the clerks, the people that put that schedule the motions on the calendar, so the assistants for the courts. There are a number of different individuals, officials within the court systems that I have found out are taking bribes, that are participating in organized crime, and that have worked with these different organizations to come against me. Okay. I thought I told y'all about Gregory Bell. He is in the Superior Court. Okay. Now, mind you, what was that goddamn lady name? The lady, his assistant, the person that does let me see if I can find that email real quick. The person that does like she schedules for the court calendar, for Superior Court. And let me see if I can find her name for y'all real quick. Um, damn. I see her face. She's got black hair. She wears glasses. She is the assistant for Superior Court in Lumberton, North Carolina, Robeson County. And what's her name? I think I got something in here with her name on it. I just don't feel like getting up. I'm getting ready for bed right now, so I really don't feel like getting up. So I'm going to try to find it off my muscle memory, which is not working real good right this second. Cause I sent her some email. Like I tell all these people that they going to prison. I tell all of them. They don't believe me when I tell them. But I've already disclosed to all of them that Gwendolyn, that I am working for God and I am on assignment for God. So Gwendolyn Chavis-Locklear is the assistant. Now, mind you, she was supposed to file my motion like in their systems when I sent it to her, because she kept asking me for the motion. This was when I sued Holly Ridge. But then I later voluntarily dismissed it. Okay. And I just went in there and looked at everything for it. when I presented my case in court, I had the greater weight of evidence. The judge, Gregory Bell, heard a motion that wasn't scheduled to be heard for that day from Holly Ridge. Okay. Their motion to dismiss. He heard that motion, although it was scheduled to be heard on at a later date. Okay. Now, I sent Gwendolyn Chavis-Locklear, I sent her the emails and my motion, because at that time everything was, you got to send it to the court document manager or whatever her title is. So I sent everything over to her, and at first it so that my motion wouldn't be in the system, she first came up with an excuse and was saying that she couldn't download it or something like that. And then she was like, well, she figured out how to do it. And so she made like she was going to upload it into, put it in the systems like she was supposed to. All right. Because they were in the process of switching over from filing everything by hand and to an electronic format. And so they were in the middle of that switch with the systems. Okay, so I sent her over everything after she asked for it like 5, 6, 7 different times. Okay, it's frustrating learning how to do stuff that you don't know how to do, especially like if it take a lot of like brain power, and you're like with me, I'm working on like my future right now, my goals. And I got projects that I'm personally working on. Well, then I had projects that I'm personally working on. I ain't working on nothing right now. But then I was working on some stuff. And so like having to switch my brain from what I'm working on to now I got to defend, and fight for my family. That switch is sometimes rough for me. And so and then too, I'm learning a new skill, so it's like even more frustrating. So I was in the process of, like, I made a whole lot of mistakes, fucking up shit, having to refile it, having to amend it, but it was a learning process. It was very uncomfortable, but it was a learning process. And so I sent her everything. She was supposed to put it in the systems. There is records of all of this stuff. I'm never going to come over here and tell y'all anything if I don't have proof of what I'm telling y'all. Okay, so there's evidence. There's back and forth communication between me and her. So then in court that day, and I'm not sure if I have, because you're not supposed to bring cell phones in the courthouse. And I'm not going to say anything about me having anything like that in the courthouse. But I may or may not have evidence of what was verbally said in the courtroom that day. I'm not sure if I got it or not, because I don't know if I had my little device with me. Okay, so in the courtroom that day, I asked her, has she submitted everything? I showed the judge what I had. He just flipped through everything. He didn't really look through it. Okay. So then Gwendolyn from the courtroom told me that she didn't put my motion in the system. And it was all done on purpose, right? So that the judge could justify, oh, this is why I did this. But no, nigga, because there's evidence of me sending her my stuff, okay? And there's, you can come to the conclusion based off of logic that it was done on purpose, and that, this was our organized crime, okay? I don't know what they like for the record. I don't know if they recorded accurately what was said, in the courtroom that day. But I'm pretty sure that there was some underhandedness with that too. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that there was, because they try to cover all their bases. And so I handed him everything that I had that day. And like I said, they were in the process of switching everything over. I did show him what I had, and I had like a whole bunch of exhibits. I had my shit laid out real good where I proved my case with everything that I had. And he completely ignored my evidence, just like Magistrate Barbara Jacobs did. Gwendolyn completely neglected what she was supposed to do, which was put my motion along with my exhibits in the file. Okay. And so they told me to go downstairs and submit it at the clerk's, through the clerk's office. Okay, at the court, because Gwendolyn said that she didn't put it in there. So immediately at the court, and y'all can see the footage on they have cameras in the courthouse, so y'all can see me leave the courtroom that day and go straight to the clerk's office. Now when I got to the clerk's office, the lady over there, Ann Locklear, she's had something against me since she saw my face too. It's like everybody, they know who I am. And so their actions speak about, their actions show me how they feel. Their actions show me that they're participating in organized crime. Their actions just tell on themselves. They tell on themselves with their actions. And so when I went down there and I was, trying to file it, through the through the clerk's office, she refused to put my stuff in. She refused to take it. And she said something about she couldn't do it, or that they weren't allowed to do it since they were switching over the systems or something like that. Okay, so everything that I was doing at that time got caught in the middle of them switching over the systems. And rather than them doing what they are supposed to do in those positions and in those roles, they refused to do it because they didn't want my motion to be in the system for someone going to look and see, like, well, damn, her motion, there she does state a valid claim in her motion, and I still have a copy of that motion. I gotta go back and look and see. I think the motion itself might have got filed without the exhibits, but I gotta go look again and see. But y'all can y'all gonna have to get the camera footage from when I was in court that day so y'all can see. I don't know if those cameras have sound on them, but like I said, I'm not 100% sure if I had my device with me recording that day, but I'm going to go back and check and see if I did, which I hope I did, because if I did, then y'all will hear what everybody said. Okay? But I just left it alone. Okay? I just went and looked at that particular case, and I see where the judge dismissed my case and said that I didn't state a legal claim, but I did. Okay, I did have a valid legal claim against Holly Ridge, and I'm going to go back and double check and look, because I was only looking for that dismissal. And also in the system, you'll see where I entered two or three different voluntary dismissals before the judge entered his judgment. Okay, the dates are there, the times are there. So I'm not sure if I told y'all or not, but Matthew Duncan, he's a lawyer. So look into him. He's the one that was working this particular case for them. on their side. He was their lawyer. And Gregory Bell, if y'all haven't already added the whole Robertson County Courthouse to this investigation, y'all need to do that, okay? I'm not giving y'all no orders, but when I say y'all need to do it, I'm saying it for a reason. I'm telling you to do it because if you get the lines tapped, if you send people in and pay attention to what I got going on in the courthouse, okay? And have someone there when, I'm supposed to be there. Y'all will be able to see this stuff going on in real time. Okay, if you tap their phone lines, their business lines, their personal lines, their business emails, their personal emails, there is evidence of everything that they are doing. Okay, have people, how y'all do with your investigations, motherfuckers following motherfuckers around. Because they go and they meet up and they have dinner with these people. They call it dinner. But they're really discussing what they're going, the crime that they're organizing. That's what they're really discussing. Okay. And so, I got pushback from Gwendolyn Chavis-Locklear. I got pushback from her to start with. I think I told y'all about that when she wouldn't respond to none of my emails when I was trying to get my case on the calendar. I had to go to the courthouse inside of a courtroom to ask a judge to help me to get my case on the calendar. And so there was a probation officer. She needs to be investigated. She's a she. She has blonde hair. She wears glasses. I don't know her name. I'm trying to see. I don't know if I'll be able to go there and find out her name, if they would just give me that information or not. But I'm probably going to have to do some more investigating there. But I know the day, if you get the video footage from the courthouse, I gotta look back in my records so that I know what day I actually went to that court date to request the judge to help me. I gotta look back at the calendar to see, because I wasn't getting any help at all. Nobody wanted to respond to my emails. They didn't want to do their jobs. Like, everybody was trying to stop me from even getting it in the courtroom. But it made it in the courtroom, and then in the courtroom, the judges had already been paid off. They had already got the APV. The district attorney that was in that courtroom that day with the probation officers be. I know what courtroom it is. I'm just going to have to go back and look at it. But from the beginning of the year, and I can go back and look at my records to see, because the day that I got the paper was the day that I sent it in to Gwendolyn. Okay? Or it had to be that day or a couple days before, something like that. Okay? So I know about when I was in the courthouse and what footage y'all need to request. Okay? But if y'all haven't already, I am urging y'all. I already told y'all about Robertson County Courthouse. So, as investigators, I know that y'all like to get ahead of things, because that's what my spirit is telling me. I know that y'all know that it is wise. The sooner we get tapped into their systems and, locked into they communications within, the company, the better. So, I'm I'm confident that y'all have already tapped into their personal business phone lines and emails for everybody that works in the courthouse, okay? But it's like everybody in the courthouse, no matter what department I go in, okay, they know who I am, okay, and they know what I'm here doing, and it's like they have been given orders from their superiors to stop her, delay her, do whatever you can to not help her. Okay. But I wanted to come on here and specifically drill in on Gregory Bell, Gwendolyn Chavis-Locklear, and Matthew Duncan, in regards to the lawsuit that I filed against Holly Ridge. Okay, I know that once the investigation is done and, once y'all find out what y'all need to find out, that Holly Ridge is still going to be sued, okay, on my behalf. Because it is going to be found out that the judge was underhanded, his assistant was underhanded, the lawyer was underhanded, and, justice is going to be served in this matter. I already know that, okay, and I know that they're going to be sued. Robeson County Courthouse is going to be sued. Holly Ridge is going to be sued. Although they have been trying to use their money to get them out of it. You still getting sued, nigga. Okay. Matthew Duncan is going to get sued. Gwendolyn Chavis-Locklear. Judge Gregory Bell. All y'all, every individual person and the entity that they work for is going to be sued as a part of this organized crime. Charges, civil and criminal, will be pressed. Okay, so just because Gregory Bell, you bitch ass nigga, just because you put on there, I think it was with prejudice is the one where you can't refile it again. Everything underhanded that you did is going to be found out. Everything that Gwendolyn Chavis-Locklear did is going to be found out. Everything that Matthew Duncan did is going to be found out. Everything that anybody who has went against me and God has done, okay? Double confirmation in my ear, is going to be found out. Stop, Zoo. And y'all are going to be sued, not just by me. Y'all going to be sued by the U.S. Marshals, the FBI, criminal charges, civil charges. Stop, Zoo. What I say? Do you want me to get my switch? No. It's going to be brought against y'all, okay? And I'm going to be suing y'all, and I'm going to be motherfucking suing y'all. So, Holly Ridge, I'm still going to be suing y'all, okay? So, just because you had the judge do some underhanded shit, y'all think that y'all money gonna get y'all out of this? No. It's not going down like that. Organized crime, it's different when it's organized crime. Okay, all that shit is gonna be null and fucking void because you were underhanded. Okay, there are records of me sending everything to the document manager, who is Gwendolyn Chavis-Locklear, who was supposed to put it in the systems. Okay, and then when I went in court that day, she was just all nonchalant about it, like y'all out here abusing y'all power. I want to see what type of power y'all gonna have when y'all get in them prison cells. Y'all not gonna have no power in there, and y'all gonna have a real hard time doing prison time. They told me this a year or two ago about y'all. Before I even got to this point in my life, they told me that a big secret was going to be revealed. And these are the big secrets, some of the big secrets that are being revealed. Okay? So it's the justice system that's fucked up, working with these crooked ass landlords and property managers. Y'all the reason that the homeless rate is so fucking high. Because y'all are out here wrongfully evicting people, abusing y'all motherfucking power, doing stuff underhandedly, and trying to keep this shit quiet and a secret. It's not going down like that. God said it's over. All the devils got to fucking go. And y'all in devil energy, y'all getting ready to see who really in charge. Okay? But I just got on here to tell y'all about Gregory Bell, Judge Gregory Bell, Matthew Duncan, who is a lawyer. He's out of Raleigh, North Carolina, and Gwendolyn Chavis-Locklear at the Robeson County Courthouse. Okay? They just wanted me to do a separate one for y'all to tell y'all how they organized the crime, what crimes they organized, and what they did. Okay? Put it to give y'all a visual of it. And that's all I got for y'all tonight. All right. Y'all like, subscribe, comment, and share the video. Okay. This is like all the time. When you working for God, like for real, and when you doing stuff like from your heart, and not for show, not for a motherfucker to pat you on the back. Like, I'm out here really doing stuff to change things, in the justice system, to change the crookedness out here that's going on in this world. Okay, because it's not just this courthouse that's doing it. Spokane County courthouse. It's courthouses all over the world that's participating in this organized crime. And they think that just because they have these positions of powers and they have these networks of people in positions of power, that they just gonna be able to keep doing it and they gonna get away with it. But times are changing. Okay, there is a separation between low vibrational energy and high vibrational energy. The new world, only high vibrational energy is allowed. Okay, only high vibrational energy is allowed. If you are on low vibrational energy, if you do not want to heal, do not want to change, I've been discriminated against on multiple levels, like in a lot of different sectors, and it's getting ready to end. I really do appreciate y'all for everything that y'all done to me, because by the time me, God, and the U.S. Marshals and everybody that's working for God on this case, by the time we finish with y'all gonna be broke. Y'all gonna be homeless before y'all go to prison. But when y'all getting in prison cells, we got a whole lot more other shit for y'all to goddamn face when y'all getting in prison cells. Y'all might be coming face to face with some of the motherfuckers that y'all wrongfully put behind bars. I'm just saying, the tables turn, okay? So you have to really be mindful of how you treat people, because you don't know when you gonna need that person. And there is a special place in D Block for all y'all, okay? And I'm just gonna tell y'all, y'all gonna have a hard time in themselves, okay? Y'all gonna have a hard time in themselves. So, y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share. The racism, it's at an all-time high. Discrimination, retaliation, organized crime. This shit is real out here, and I am a victim. I'm a survivor, and I'm not gonna shut the fuck up. I'm not. I don't give a fuck. I'm not scared of y'all. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to, how y'all want to motherfucking do it. All the threats. Bitch, I ain't never scared. Okay? I'm never scared. Okay? I'm never scared. So, I'm just saying, God don't play by me, and my ancestors want blood. My ancestors want blood. I ain't gonna tell y'all what they told me, because I probably can't say that on here, but it's gonna be lights out for some of you motherfuckers. That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna be lights out for some of y'all. But so you should have thought twice before you thought about coming for me. So you are with me. Bye bye.